Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to this Saturday morning. I am about to start reading chapter 2 of my book, Been There, Done That, Still Not Bought the T-shirt. And I am hoping that you got an enjoyment out of the first chapter. Each chapter is quite different. It's not like that it's really a lead on from one chapter to the other, but at the end of it, the whole entire book will come together. So I do hope you get as much enjoyment out of chapter 2 as you hopefully got out of chapter 1. So chapter 2 of Been There, Done That, Still Not Bought the T-shirt is called I Made a Hames of That. How many times would you have loved to have heard from people in the past who made your life a misery, who hurt you, who let you down, who simply just did not take your feelings into consideration in any shape or form, who, when making decisions for themselves, never thought how it would affect your life? How would you actually feel if they did contact you and say, I made a hames of our relationship, our friendship, your job, and I am sorry? If I'm honest, I have absolutely no interest in anyone contacting me and saying sorry or hearing from anyone in my past. To me, someone that has been removed from your life has done so for a reason. So please stay there in the past. I also know, because I can be honest with myself, that there are people who would rather throw up than hear from me. But it would be a nice thought to think at some point there is a fleeting thought through someone's head, yeah, I did make a hames of it with her and I did do wrong. We all mess up. We've all done and said things that we should not. To you, I am sorry for my part in it. You see, my friends, an argument takes two people because an argument is based on two opinions not matching. I ask you to think about this. If your opinions matched, then you would not have an argument. If at the time the other person had been giving their 10 pence worth and you said nothing and just listened, the argument would never have happened. Or if the person had kept their views to themselves, the argument would never have happened. Or, as in most cases, these arguments happen because one of you has been pushed too far, and whichever of you it is, snaps. And that was life's prime opportunity to say, this is where you leave this person behind. You see, my friends, I have a theory about when people fall out and it is time for life to move on. We are traveling a path. People enter into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Let me pause for a moment and give you the full verse as to where those words came from, so that you can really soak up the meaning of them before I sprout off on another one of my thought processes. Unfortunately, the author is unknown, and it is more the pity. I would love to sit and talk to this person if they are still on this earth. The following words are genius. And don't forget, you can always go and Google them afterwards. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. When you figure out which one it is, you will know what to do for each person. When someone is in your life for a reason, it is usually to meet a need you have expressed. They have come to assist you through a difficulty, to provide you with guidance and support, to aid you physically, emotionally, or spiritually. They may seem like a godsend, and they are. They are there for the reason you need them to be. Then, without any wrongdoing on your part, or at an inconvenient time, the person will say or do something to bring the relationship to an end. Sometimes they die, sometimes they walk away. Sometimes they act up and force you to take a stand. What we must realize is that our need has been met. our desire fulfilled, their work is done. The prayer you sent up has been answered, and now it is time to move on. Some people come into your life for a season because your turn has come to share, grow, or learn. They bring you an experience of peace or make you laugh. They may teach you something you have never done. They usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. Believe it. It is real, but only for a season. Lifetime relationships teach you lifetime lessons, things you must build upon in order to have a solid emotional foundation. Your job is to accept the lesson, love the person, and put what you have learned to use in all other relationship and areas of your life. It is said that love is blind, but friendship is clairvoyant. I remember, just before I go on with my book, I remember reading those words for the very, very, very first time, and I was blown away. I also put into perspective, again, just before I go on with my book, that not only am I thinking about the people who have caused me hurt and upset and walked out of my life, but I've done it to people as well. Now, that's a hard pill to swallow, but it is a truth and it is an honesty. But then I was in somebody's life for a reason or a season, and my job was done in their life. Now that, my friends, is food for thought. And on I go with the rest of my book. Powerful words, yes. Thank you, unknown author. I am blessed that you gave these words to the world. I hope it made an impression on you. It definitely did on me. Now, do not get me wrong. It still hurts like hell when people have walked out of my life, created arguments in order to be removed from my life. And to be fair, when I've looked back on past arguments, maybe they do not know why it has happened either. And maybe they blame me the way I blame them. And you know what? It's actually okay. And why is it okay? Because I had a perception, and so did they. And our perceptions just did not match. Now, they are the easy, straightforward, stupid, dumb stuff. They're not the serious ones. They are the people who came in for a simple reason or a simple season and simply left. Not for 1 minute am I making any suggestions or belittling anyone's heartache. If anything, I would not wish any heartache on anyone, as I know heartache only too well. And it took me years to come to terms with why people treated me the way they did. But I knew I had to pick myself up and get on with life. Never stop living. You keep going no matter what. Whenever I'm wishing people well, I use an incredibly old Welsh proverb by Mr. Dylan Thomas. And it is very simple. May the best of your past be the worst of your future. I have to laugh because as I am sitting here writing this, a friend has texted me the following words. Some people are still mad at you because you survived after they threw you under the bus, but the bus ran over their lies. I did go and look up to see who the author was, but I sadly have not found them. But whoever you are, thank you for the above words. The gas thing is my friend, at the time, she now knows now, but at the time, has no idea that I'm sitting writing this book at this moment. I've often said I will write a book that I will publish, but until now, nothing had started. And for me to be writing this particular chapter and for her to send those words, was it a coincidence or synchronized through life's magic? Yes, it is the latter for me. As the title of the chapter is, I made a hames of that. The only decision I think we can only ever make, did I intentionally hurt you, unintentionally hurt you, react to the situation I found myself in? Place your hand on your heart and be truthful with yourself. because believe it or not, that actually is where the healing begins. And it has to begin with you. Being honest, even if it means you admitting you were the cause of the argument, and then walk away from the memories of what happened and from people who were never going to be traveling this lifetime with you. Believe it or not, whether it be friends or family members, not everyone placed on this earth can travel your whole lifetime with you. And here's a real shocker. You weren't intended to travel their path for their lifetime either. And again, whether that be friends or family members. Your paths crossed because they needed to teach you a lesson, or you needed to teach them a lesson. They were sent to make you stronger. You were sent to make them stronger. Whatever the reason, the journey is completed. I also have to remind myself the paper does not refuse ink, and while I sit here typing away, trying to make sense of life's philosophy, so memories come storming back. People's faces, situations I found myself in, and realizing there is still hurt there. Just because you may not think of all past hurt all day, every day, because that is not healthy, does not mean that you have wiped it all away. Try to go back to the words at the beginning of this chapter. A reason, a season, a lifetime. It does help me. Every person in this world is an idiot at some time. I've been a complete idiot in days gone by. Most of the time, if we're honest with ourselves, we have been an idiot when we are scared, confused, or the L confidence level is not working to its full capacity. I've often been in conversations with people where I know I have used the words very clearly. I am the world's best person to have in your corner, and I take and take and take until I'm pushed too far. And when I snap, well, let's just say it is not good. I'm actually convinced people see this as a challenge and try to push me as far as they can. And when they see exactly what a wuss I am, they keep pushing until I snap. And then I stand up for myself. And guess what? Yep, that's right. I've become the world's biggest asshole in their opinion. I do wonder if these people actually ever think of me and think, yeah, I made a hames of that there. There was no need for me to do that. That girl was one good friend. Before heading into chapter 3, I urge you to pause and take yourself off and listen to the words from Maroon 5 in their song, Memories. Thanks, guys, for the fabulous song. It is lovely and heart-wrenching all at the same time. This can be related to friendships, relationships, colleagues, and family members. Do not be afraid of the memories that made you smile and laugh, even if you were eventually hurt. They are, after all, what helped you to be the person you are today and gave you the push to move to the next stage of your life. In the same token, out of every bad situation, something good does come. It just may take some time to realize it. There is another important person you need to remember you have made a hames of it with, and that is you, yourself. Has anyone ever tried to convince you that you need to be easier on yourself? Forgive yourself? Give yourself a good talking to? I remember as a child, and I was a good cranky one, my mom would say to the others, she's fallen out with herself today. I never understood that until I got older. There are times I do not even want to be around myself, especially when I've fallen out with other people. Isn't it hard to fall out with several people at the same time, and not even in the same circle of people? It's not easy, and I've fallen out with myself many a time. Trouble is, I cannot physically walk away from myself, but I can mentally. I try to learn from situations, and one thing I have definitely stopped doing is telling people I am the best person to have in your corner until I am pushed too far. not challenging people anymore. I take responsibility for how past falling outs have happened. I may not have started all of them, but I certainly had the choice how to finish them, how to react, how I picked myself up, how honest I was with myself. Learning to forgive yourself is the hardest thing to do in life because you have to find a way of trusting yourself again with your own heart, your own mind, your own soul, your own truth, and your own honesty. Let Ms. Jeanette LeBlanc finish out this chapter with her wise words. And if you were a guy, just replace the first word with dude. Thanks, Jeanette. You summed it up very nicely. Girl, if you're going to be so damn good at breaking your own heart, you best get better at saving it too. Well, guys, that ends chapter 2. I hope it has helped people in some shape or form. Somebody that may be finding it difficult, trying to make sense of things that have happened in the past. Maybe something's happening presently at the moment. Or maybe you just need a perspective in some shape or form. Or indeed, you could have a friend or a family member going through it and you were looking to try and find the right words to help them out. So I do hope that chapter 2 has helped in some shape or form. Please do tune in again as chapter 3 will be coming up next. Thank you. Bye guys. Have a great day.